So you want to cut plexiglass? Well, I'm going to show you what I did to use my Ryobi Tablesaw to cut this 1/8 inch plexiglass like a hot knife through butter. And we're going to get started right now. The first thing you have to do is find the right blade. Before we get too far into this, I would like to say that this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimer is in the description below. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to cutting plexiglass. You have to find the right blade. Now a quick Amazon search will show you that there are blades out there specifically made to cut plexiglass, and these would probably be the best tool for the job. And if you choose to use one of these, please tell me how it works in the description below, because I didn't use one of these. The next best thing I heard was the Diablo Non-Ferrous metal cutting blade. Now these are made to cut soft metals like aluminum and copper, but they are also listed to cut plastics. I also didn't use one of these blades. What I ended up using was a Diablo 10-inch ultra finished blade with 80 teeth. It's made to cut hardwoods, softwoods, melamine, veneer paneling, MDF, and veneered plywood. Now that we have the blade figured out, the next thing we have to do is switch out the blade on this table saw. So let's get that done. Now that we have the blade switched out, I'm ripping this plexiglass sheet down to 7.5 inches so I can put those pieces into some display cases that I'm making for a buddy. To cut this plexiglass, I left the protective film on both sides when I cut it. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I'm just saying that's how I did it. Once we had the table saw blade switched out, all I did was I took one of my modular benches, put it next to my table saw bench, and I used that as an outfeed table to support the sheet of plexiglass, and it worked out great. Once I set the fence up to 7.5 inches away from the blade, I just ran the pieces through it, and it cut it like butter. No cracks, nothing. Very nice, clean cuts. I did have to take about 1 inch and a quarter off of each end. To do that, I just set the fence again 1 1/4 inches or the desired distance from the blade, and then ran the pieces of plexiglass through the blade. Now, I only cut it about 3/4 of the way through, and then I turned it around and I cut the rest of it. And what that does is allowed me to hold the piece of plexiglass and then slide it out so it doesn't kick back at me. I cut a couple of pieces all the way through, and even when holding it down with a push stick, it shot back at me. I take safety very, very seriously. It is the third most important thing in the shop. So when I find something that's unsafe, I try and find the safest way to do it. Anyways, the blade worked great. I don't have any complaints about it. It cut just fine. I don't know how it would do with thicker plexiglass. If you guys know a better way, please throw it down in the comments or post another video to help other folks out. My name is Matt. I'm just a dude. If this video helped you out, if you like and subscribe, it definitely helped out the channel. Thanks for watching.